What's going on, y'all? It's Mage, and today we're going to be going over Joker's ledge hang punishes. Being able to punish ledge hangs, regrabs, and knowing how to 2-frame are very great skills to have. By the end of this video, you should understand Joker's ledge hang punish game way more than you did when you first clicked on the video. You should also come to understand why you cannot punish some regrabs. Also, there would be a spreadsheet going over each move and how they affect each character, which was actually not made by me. It was made by EyeDonutz. He put a ton of amazing work into the document that is still being updated as we speak. So as a thanks for all of his hard work, you should go follow his Twitter and go sub to him on YouTube. Now that that's all said and done, let's get into the video. Now the first move we're going to be covering is dash attack. This is going to be quick. It doesn't accomplish much though, and also Arson does not help at all. Unless you're Puff, then yeah, you just might die. But outside of that, it's pretty much useless, so yeah. Moving on, let's talk about Ftilt. Now the reason that you see so much Puff in this video is because literally everything hits her. But there are a ton of things that are character dependent here, and Ftilt's one of them. With Ftilt, it's a 50-50. Either it's going to connect or it's not. With Puff, it's not connecting. And it's like that for many other characters. On the other hand, somebody like Mario can't get hit by it. That's because of his ledge hang animation. And yes, Arson does not make a difference. Arson Ftilt is actually really good at the ledge if they just want to hang there. It can also 2-frame and punish regrabs, so practice this, cause 11 frames is kinda crazy. And of course it doesn't hit everybody at the ledge, so make sure you read the spreadsheet. Next, let's go over down tilt. Now we all know that this move is good at hitting people at the ledge. And it's a pretty good 2-frame, but it's only active for about 6 frames. And be careful because this move doesn't always hit. You have to keep the opponent's ledge hang animation in mind, because if you don't, well, you won't hit them. Now for a close-up just in case you missed it. Some characters have bobbing animations when they're at the ledge. Wii Fit's one of them. During this animation they cannot be hit. You will have to wait for them to become vulnerable, which can just straight up ruin regrab punishes. So long story short, if the opponent knows about this animation, they can avoid getting hit by down tilt for a regrab. That doesn't mean other moves won't hit them though, so keep that in mind. Now let's talk about forward smash. This move is, well, I can count on one hand how many characters this move actually hits. And if that's not bad enough, it's extremely hard to land this move. And if you thought it couldn't get worse, well, bob animations make this unhittable. Well, at least they literally show you when this character can get hit by it, but it still doesn't excuse the fact. Basically, if you can keep an eye out for this animation, you might be able to hit them, but I still wouldn't try because, yeah. Is it worth it? No. Should you do it anyway? No. And when I say I can count on one hand the characters that get hit by it, this is it. The more you know. Moving on to a more useful move, down smash is great. We already know how good this move is at the ledge. There may be a few things that you don't know about this move though. Like the fact that on some characters like Jigglypuff, you don't really need good spacing. Or the fact that you get 2 hits depending on how you space the move with Arson. And if you really wanted to, you can hit down smash from the other side. But if you're being realistic, most characters require you to have good spacing. This is pretty much just the tip of the blade though. Shouldn't be hard to land it if you know where to stand at. Again, I don't know if there's a use for the back facing down smash, but hey, if you guys know, hit me up in the comments. And yes, we are back on the bob animation. I don't know why they thought this was a good idea, but yeah, it's here. Again, this will ruin your chances of getting a regrab punish. Keep that in mind. Yeah, pretty much if you know that they can't get hit because they bob, just go for down there. And with some characters, you have to be a little more precise. And on top of that, back won't even hit them, which is, it's not really a loss, but whatever. Yes, Nair does hit the ledge. I did not see this one coming. The only thing that does not make this completely useless is the fact that it can cover drop ledge, aerial, jump, and neutral get up. And there's Arson stuff. And now we're on back air. In terms of landing this move is harder to hit than forward smash. It took me 2 minutes to land this move. If you want to catch them hanging at the ledge, use something that's not back air. I guess with enough practice you might be able to land this, but just go for down smash. And if you thought it couldn't get any worse, characters with bobbing animations, yeah, don't even. All I gotta say is, it took me like 5-10 minutes to land this. Yeah, don't do it. Save yourself the trouble. But if you really want to be that guy, then go on ahead. I'm not going to stop you. Next up we have Down Air. This move is well known for 2-framing and hitting regrabs, but it's also really good at hitting ledge hangs. Also, be aware this move can either wall bounce or stage spike depending on who the character is. Wall bounces really don't have that much use because they don't kill whatsoever. You can set up an edge guard situation or just ledge trap more. That's pretty much it though. But if it stage spikes, it's kinda ridiculous. Unfortunately at 70 it stops working. Of course there was no rage involved, so it could be even earlier. Keep that in mind. Now if you do reverse down air early percents, you get a lot of things. Unfortunately I was using Puff, so half the still doesn't work. But it does work. Keep that in mind. And with our savior or sin, there's nothing I can say here. You already know what's going to happen if you down to somebody at the ledge. 9 times out of 10, they pretty much die. In our last move is Eiha and Eigaon. Starting with Eiha, this move is really good at 2-framing, and if their ledge hang allows it, it can just straight up hit them. Now Eigaon, this move is kind of crazy. This is known as the ledge hang killer. That's because it's active for literally 1,000,000 frames, which also makes it a crazy 2-frame option. If you want to safely 2-frame or call out a ledge hang, then do this. Now one more thing, this works on the entire cast except for one character. Don't ask why, but yeah, Ganon is pretty safe here. That goes for Eigaon too. It's whatever, I guess. And then there's times where it hits him and then I'm just left confused and whatever. My point is, don't do it. Anyways, with that, it's going to be the end of the video. Again, I try to keep this video short and sweet because if I went over everything in the doc, it would have took hours. So be sure to look over it if you have any more questions. But that's all from me. Be sure to like and subscribe if you love this video. It's been Mage from MoS, and I'm out.